after a busy day, this is how far we've gone. If you want to find out how we got here, then watch the video. Morning everybody, it's day 2 of Sirius. Day 1 actually, if you count his actual training. We're not going to count yesterday as a training day, so it's day 2, day 1 training. Now yesterday I should have said a few things and I never got round to it. We're doing this live, so it's not as if I can say to the horse, look, can we have another take on that? So if I forget to say something, I'll say it probably later that day or the next day like I'm doing now. So if we go back to when I first got in the box and he had a little bit of a diva moment, why didn't I get out the box straight away when he started with that little bit of a tantrum? Well, it's simple. Horses learn when you take the pressure away. So if I was to get out as soon as he started having that little bit of a tantrum, then I've just taught him a really bad habit. So to get rid of this human, I do a tantrum and he goes. So to get rid of that and to alter his thinking, we wait till he stops his tantrum. And then as soon as he stops his tantrum, that's when I removed him myself. So I hope that makes sense. But it's 7 o'clock this morning. And just so everyone knows, we are on the 1st of March 2022. You know, there's going to be no gaps in days or anything. So we've just given him a little bit of a feed this morning, nothing too drastic. And yeah, we're ready to take him to the round pen. So let's see how it goes. Now, I've kind of messed up with the video here. It didn't pick up my voice on the microphone. So I'll do a little talk over now, a little voiceover. So we're trying to move his feet. We're trying to establish a direction. He's not going too well at the minute. And if I remember rightly, I had to get the trusty plastic bag, here we go, out my back pocket. So the stick that I use has a little rubber ring on the end of it, which I can quite handily tuck a plastic bag in the end of it. So that's what I'm busy doing at the minute. Come on, get on with it. Right, so the bag's in. To get the horse to move to my left, the first thing I do is I raise my left arm. If I have no response from the left arm, I'll then give a little clucking sound, and then if I get no response from that, I then intervene with the plastic bag. The reason for this is we give them 2 chances before we have to tell them. So the first one is a suggestion, and that's when I raise my left arm and I'm pointing in the direction I want the horse to go. If he doesn't go from that suggestion, I then ask him to move with the cluck, so it's a little, again. If he doesn't go, then that's when I tell him with the plastic bag. So there's my arm, and he's gone. We allowed him to make that mistake then, so I don't constantly keep my arm in the air or wave the plastic bag, because eventually they'll become numb to that. So I'm waiting for him to make a mistake. Now, people always say when you're riding, keep your leg on, don't let him go back into walk. However, that is not the way to train a horse. If you think back, for those of you that drive a car, you didn't learn how to let the clutch out until you stalled it a few times. So you made the mistake of stalling the car, and then you knew how quick you could let the clutch out. And it's the same when you're training a horse. You have to allow the horse to make the mistake so that then you can correct it. So we'll just wait now until he makes another mistake. I think there I was trying to get him into canter. So point, cluck, spank the floor with the plastic bag, and away he goes into canter. So you can see that I'm not actually hitting him, I'm hitting the floor with the plastic bag. I thought I'd have actually had more of a reaction from him with the bag, that's why I didn't start with it. So we're doing this to get control of his feet. We're establishing a direction. The next step after this is a change of direction, which we'll cover later on. Right, tonight's aim is I want to be able to touch this horse, and we're going to start with the stick. So the stick is just an extension of my own hand. I can't get close to him with anything else but this stick. So again, we're going to have a reaction like in the trailer. When I go to rub his face, he's going to react to that. So what we're going to do, we're going to go with him until he stops moving his feet. And when he stops moving his feet, we then take the pressure away. So we'll give it a try. What I'm doing now, I'm having a change of plan, and I'm just trying to loosen up his feet, making him yield his hind quarters. I'll back him up a little bit, and we'll try and get him back on the thinking side of his brain. As soon as he stops, I'll stop and back up a little bit. If you zoom in on his face now and his lips, he's actually licking and chewing. Or he was. So we're going to go in again. I'm going to have to try, just pretend he's got that big coat on again that he had yesterday in the trailer. I'm going to try and just rub the side of him, rubbing the side of his shoulder until he stops. Which is there, I'll retreat again. So we've now got a rub with the whip, with the stick, and I'm going to retreat again. What he doesn't know next time is I'm going to run my hand a little bit further down the stick, so my hand's getting nearer to him without him realising. We've had no reaction, so I'm going to retreat. I'm going to slide my hand a little bit further down the stick and step in. Gave me a little sniff, so I'm going to retreat. About running off, but changed his mind. And if you see his lips, he's licking and chewing again. So although you think this is staged, we've had this horse for now 24 hours, and this is how far we've got. So this horse, as you know, has been in the wild for 6 years. He's never been led. So we're going to try now just to encourage him to make those steps forward. And the way we do this is we loosen up the back end first. So we do some rear leg yields. And then the next one, I'm going to go around his back and hopefully he'll take a step forward. Like that. So loosen his legs again. The other side. And then we'll do a big arc and hopefully he'll take that step forward. There. Again, yield the hindquarters, and I'll make a bigger arc. And there was just one little step forward then. So, what a day. He's been out 4 times, it's 6:30 at night. There's nothing that says in the rule book that you can't get your horse out more than once a day. Join us tomorrow. Night for now.